if you turn your back and someone hits you to the back of the head, that is your own fault.
I got him. I got the water. I know. Okay. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. You're good.
Right. That's the if you turn. Right. That's the if you.
You can kind of see on our screen that it has started to rain lightly here in Miami, and the ring is covered, and I doubt that many of the almost 15,000 fans here tonight don't welcome this rain just a little bit.
No, it is hot here, and the rain is welcome to cool us off.
It's so hot. It's pouring outside, and they're pouring punches in this ring.
Amazing.
Oh,
Big overhand,
and
right.
DDG just winding up.
Dropping the hammer.
Good showing out of both of these guys. Still, I have DDG a little bit more with the experience. He's putting punches in bunches, like I like to say. That's when you land.
Now let me ask you, do you guys think this goes the distance? I don't.
No. I think it's going to be over either here in the third round or the fourth.
You know what? If they can keep their energy up, it could keep going, you know? I feel like both of these guys, I'm seeing some heavy breathing out of both corners.
You can see our VIP seating here at ringside, just like in Miami, complete with bottle service. Complete with bottle service.
The stars are out tonight.
This is a packed house, right? This is absolutely amazing. And coming from the sports world, I was so curious. I was like, all right, do these guys have fans or do they have followers? No, these guys have fans, and they showed up tonight.
When Austin McBroom told me the amount of people that were going to be in attendance, I was blown away, and they're all here.
Yeah, there's still some rules. You know, you can't pack every seat, but you can bring a lot, and they're all here.
Almost 15,000 fans have shown up here at Hard Rock Stadium, the site of the Super Bowl 2 years ago, and the Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes knocked off the San Francisco 49ers right here on this very field. And now, DDG!
Wyatt was sticking his double jab out there pretty well, but he just wasn't able to get his head out of the way after he throws his punches. Right, that head position. He's got to get out of in front of the punches.
The first standing 8 count of this fight. And Nate Wyatt has got to start moving around, guys. It just he's becoming a very stationary target.
DDG is not letting him rest, just rushing, even after the last clinch, getting one in.
Oh! And DDG continues to kind of just set up that big right hand page and launch from halfway across the ring.
Yes, he is. And then DDG, we keep getting in these tie-ups, and that's because Wyatt keeps ducking his head, locking up his head. That's a problem with Wyatt ducking his head too low.
45 seconds to go here in round number 3. So far, it has been all Keem and DDG.
Yeah, now you can see the ref getting frustrated. Like, come on, guys, let's. There it is.
They're both exhausted. They're throwing their one punch, getting tired, locking up.
It is amazing how quickly the trash talking stops when you're gassed to the gills.
Right.
It does, and then you see them kind of closing their eyes on these punches and throwing with full authority, hoping that they land. But you got to keep those eyes open. Punches and bunches. Set your shots up if you want to finish tonight.
All right, it looks like we will see a fourth round here between Nate Wyatt of TikTok and DDG, excuse me. I was channeling my inner pro wrestling. I said DDP.
Diamond Dallas Page.
There's been a sighting in Miami.
It's really raining now. I mean, we're getting hit and we're underneath the tent. Does that make sense?
Finish tonight. You know what? The great thing about Florida is if you don't like the weather, wait 5 minutes.
Fourth round here between.
I've lived here for a year, and I think I've had 100 people tell me that, and it's absolutely true. It should only be around for a few minutes, and we should be dry.
Here's some of the action from that third round.
Amazing uppercut, leading into a lead hook.
There's a lot of closing of the eyes tonight.
Yes.
And I love watching these replays on these punches. The Jarvis one was amazing, but that uppercut right there, that looked beautiful.
Paige Van Zandt, Keemstar, Coach Foos, Charlemagne the God, our entire Social Gloves team. The fighters tonight from the start with Kale Siraj and Ryan Johnston to now, they've really given it all to us. Boozy, what's your scorecard looking like?
You know what? I got this going all the way to DDG right now through all 3 rounds. I don't think they've given him a lot of opportunity to showcase what he got. There's a lot of locking up and hugging going on, and I'm surprised this lasted this long.
And now DDG, once again getting 2, then 3 shots in on Nate Wyatt.
Yeah, Wyatt doesn't like this, right? That's why he keeps ducking his head really low. We're seeing these tie-ups. DDG needs to be moving backwards a little more, not so much forward. If he could move backwards and lure Wyatt to him, he would be able to get out of these tie-up positions that he keeps getting caught in.
Well, we didn't think this was going to go to the distance, and, we're halfway through the fourth. Maybe it will.
And this very pro YouTube crowd page screaming for DDG.
They are, and it's looking more and more like these guys are getting tired, getting exhausted. And you know what? If they have the will to win, we could still see a finish. But I'm hoping that they keep it up and they can keep their energy high and give us an exciting 5th round.
Big breaths from both. And finally, Nate Wyatt is able to throw one, but then he just covers up.
Yeah, and that's the reason I feel like they have these 2-minute rounds for these guys. If you can train as hard as you can, it's good for them to have these 2-minute rounds. Could you imagine 3 minutes of action?
Paige, the answer would be no. No, I cannot.
Yes.
You saw Nate Wyatt kind of glance up at the clock.
Right.
That is a telltale sign, Keem, in the fighting world. Is it over yet?
Yeah, he's trying to survive, obviously. I think he knows kind of how this is playing out. A lot of defense, not much offense.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I really do. I want DDG to start going backwards, lead Wyatt to him, and he's going to be able to connect a little bit better and not have those tie-ups. Impressive round, though.
And a lot of chatter between Nate and the ref after every round. I wonder what his concern is.
That is interesting. In between rounds, I don't think I've ever talked to the ref. In a fight, the ref, I don't even notice that they're there. So that's a good observation. I don't know what in the world he could be saying.
If you use left hook, you catch him because he's dropping his right every time.
So you can see there in the corner one of the great trainers in boxing.
Legendary.
So Joel Diaz, Timothy Bradley, Hoya, I mean, all
take a deep breath.
Vargas, I mean, you name it, this man right here has trained them.
Take a deep breath.
It's amazing to see these YouTubers, they're not just grabbing some coach or whatever. They're trying to find the absolute best. They got the fame, they got the money. They don't do this lightly. They do this serious.
Well, these coaches do not have to coach them, right? When I walk into a boxing gym, I have to prove to the coach that I deserve to be there. These guys did something to prove to these coaches that they deserve to be there. They showed that they're real fighters and they were invested in their career. These coaches don't have to take on anybody.
That's a very, very good point. All right, here we go. Our 5th and final round. Keith, that's a great point, too. The check clears. All right, does Nate Wyatt have anything left for DDG?
Oh! Beautiful overhand right. Wyatt looks a little uncomfortable with that shot, ducking his head. He continues to turn his. Wyatt continues to turn his head away, and that's why he keeps getting caught with these back of the head shots, as he's saying.
Step back, come on.
the referee has pretty much had it at this point.
Yes, he has had it. Look at him.
Stop tying up, guys. And that's just sheer exhaustion, right? At this point, they got enough energy to throw one power punch, and then they got to hold on for dear life.
The referee kind of reminds me of a nightclub security guard. Right? He's just like, all right, you two.
Absolutely.
Stop.
Where do we get these big refs, right? We got him, we got Big John McCarthy. These refs look like fighters.
But you absolutely need someone big like this in this situation. These are not experienced, boxers. They haven't had boxing matches before. They're not going to listen. You need someone that will make them listen.
Inside of 40 seconds now, round number 5. Each fight tonight scheduled for 5 round, 2-minute rounds. Still to come tonight, our main event, Austin McBroom of YouTube and Bryce Hall of TikTok.
Well, you got to hand it to Nate. I didn't think he was going to survive this.
He absolutely did, and that's the thing, is he took a lot of punches, a lot more damage than I think he anticipated, but he sucked it up and he gutted through this fight.
And at this point, these two are just trying to get to the finish line. And the finish line looks like a DDG resounding victory.
The crowd is already cheering victory.
He got a few more punches to seal the deal at the end of that fight. We got the chains in full effect.
Well, Nate Wyatt, he has the debonair movie star good looks for
Absolutely.
a TikToker.
Well, not right now. If you see, there's a lot of swelling.
Hey, I can talk about that. I have been cut open, bloodied up in fights, broken hands, cut faces. It all heals.
Yeah.
Oh, it does. But not all of us look like you, Paige, so it's not as important for us to get it back to normal. Nate Wyatt's probably very happy that this thing is over.
What do you think about this experience, right? Now that you're watching it as a YouTube sensation, does this inspire you to do something else? Do we see, you're one of these guys, do we see you in a boxing match?
I just love being a commentator. I love being able to sit here and call it, and it's been a pleasure to work with you guys. You guys are the pros here teaching me what's up with all this, and it's just been so much fun to be this close to the ring. Normally I get the front row seats, they hook me up, but I haven't been this close.
There's nothing better than being right here at ringside.
The commentator booth is very nice.
Yes, because guess what? You never lose a fight. You never lose sitting here.
That's right.
All right. So the judges are still figuring out. Now we have a decision. Let's send it up to the ring.
Here are the judges' results for this sanctioned exhibition match. Lorenzo Hunt scored the contest 50-44. Coach Chuck scored the contest 49-45. And Keon Wilson scored the contest 50-43, with the combined scores putting the bout in favor of DDG.
Well, it's a very YouTube pro crowd here in Miami, clearly. And on a couple of those scorecards, Keith, the judges thought he had dominated 2 or 3 rounds with those scores.
Wow, unbelievable. It's shocking to see YouTube just win every single one of these matches. 4 wins for YouTube right now. This one, I didn't know anywhere where it was going to go. Yep. Now we clearly know DDG is pretty good in that ring.
Let's take a look at the final punch stats presented by Stat Hero. Survived the game, and clearly, this is a DDG domination.
Unbelievable. Power punches, 35-7 total punches. Total punches, only 40. So only 5 of them were not power punches. Unreal.
So DDG is the victor. He's getting all of his ice on. He's getting all of his bling on. And momentarily, he will speak with Paige. Paige, go ahead.
All right, DDG. You are getting your hand rocks off you still. Congratulations on an amazing performance. Did you think it was going to go the full fight?
Honestly, I left the strip club last night. I wasn't even training for this fight. Hey, man. Jay, where my blunt at? I've honestly felt like, not to be funny or nothing, but I felt like he wasn't going to last that whole time. It's a lot of respect to Nate.
You looked amazing. Honestly, coming from a professional fighter, you looked like you have been in the gym, you've been training. Can we talk about your coaching staff? You have some amazing coaches in your corner. Did you have confidence with them being there with you?
Yeah, Joe Diaz, he helped me a lot, sharpen up my skills. I'm excited for the win.
What's next for you, all right? You looked like you had a lot of fun. Can we see you in another fight? Can we see you in an amateur boxing match, a bare-knuckle boxing match? What's next?
Honestly, this like my finale on YouTube. I'm quitting YouTube for good. So this is my last little finale of this fight. One and done. Unless, the only way I'll step in the ring again if it's with a rapper.
A rapper? Do you have any rapper in mind?
I ain't got nobody in mind, but anybody that wants to step to the plate, we get the bag right, get the promotion right.
Wiz Khalifa's been training real hard. He's a fighter that I could see you match up against.
I'm with whatever, man.
That's it. All right. Congratulations. Amazing performance.
Thank you. Shout out to all the fans, man. Y'all make some noise.
If you dare, I think that I like you. I think that I like you, like you. I think that I like you, like you. I think I like you a lot.
You already know that Live by Live has you covered with original shows like Album of the Week and Self-Made, along with VIP access to live-streamed events from all over the world.
Plus, we have more than 1,000 radio stations hosted by real people.
That's a lot of music, and you can customize each one to fit your great taste.
And just added the Best of Podcast 1 featuring original podcasts like Nappy Boy Radio with T-Pain, Off the Vine with Caitlin Bristow, What They Don't Tell You with Jordan Jones, and many more with new shows added weekly.
So now, because we like you, here's a friendly reminder that your Social Gloves pay-per-view access comes with 6 months of Live by Live Plus for free, unlocking unlimited song skips, maximum audio quality, and 0 ads. And all you have to do is redeem your free subscription.
Just find your Social Gloves pay-per-view confirmation email and follow the instructions to redeem.
And yes, it's free.
For real.
You're welcome.
I'm here with Taylor Holder, who goes up against YouTuber Anderson Gibb. Taylor, you seem to have a target on your back as the guy that everybody wants to fight. Why do you think that is?
You know, coming into this, there was actually a lot of people that didn't want to fight me, so I was like one of the only ones that had an open slot on the card. So there was a lot of people calling me out, and we had to pick and choose from a lot, and it happened to be Gibb that they decided on.
Do you have more confidence ever since Gibb lost to Jake Paul?
You know, that was over a year ago. I don't really underestimate anybody. You know, I'm training hard. I'm training like I'm fighting the best in the world, and that's that. And I'm gonna go out there and showcase my skills and show what I got.
Good luck tonight. Now over to Marcos with Team YouTube.
Thank you, Emily. I'm here with the 7-figure Gibber. Gib, man, hey, you look in phenomenal shape. I could tell that you've been taking this extremely serious.
I've lost about 20 kilos. I started at 106, and now I'm 81. I'm in the shape of my life, and I'm ready to destroy Taylor Holder.
Looking back, I know fight fans, the last time they got to see you was a year ago here in Miami against Jake Paul. How important is it for you to have a dominating performance and get and get the redemption that you want and get past that performance and what happened that night?
It's very
Seven-figure
important.
giver.
I've been working
Give Matt,
so
hey,
hard for
you
this
look
day.
in phenomenal
So hard
shape.
in
I could tell that
Cancun,
you've been
Mexico,
taking this
in London,
extremely
Stratford, working
serious.
every day for
I've
this
lost
day to
about
this
20
storyteller
kilos.
holder.
I started
I'm
at
coming from
106, and now I'm 81.
See this man right
In
here?
the shape
He's
of my
ready to
life,
go.
and I'm ready to
Fuzi,
destroy
back to
Taylor
you.
Holder.
Looking
Wow.
back, I know fight
This
fans, the last
night
time they
has
got to
been
see you was a year ago.
electrifying, and so far it is Team YouTube
Ryan
across
took
the
that
board.
one home.
Kelvin
Ben
versus
versus
Ryan. Ryan took that one home. Ben versus Landon. Landon took it home for the McBrooms. Michael versus Jarvis was our first